What's going on YouTube? Today we're here to look at the Nintendo Switch Lite. We are going to feature Diablo 2 Resurrected and some other games too. So let's take a look and see what we got.
Not even death can save you from me.
So we have the Nintendo Switch here. This is the Switch Lite. And we have the turquoise and we have the space gray, I guess you would call it. We also have some gaming controllers for it. Now, we really use the gaming controllers a lot. We got one of these little spongy things you can sit it on, and I use the stand to kind of prop up the games when we're sitting stationary somewhere. Otherwise, we just use the controllers itself. These are made with a pretty hard plastic-like material. It does feel kind of cheap, but it does actually make it pretty strong. So you really don't need to buy a secondary case for it, which is really nice. So, there's a lot of different options as far as people buy skins and things like that. We have not done that. But this controller does have a skin on it. This is the Animal Crossing controller. And here's a little shot of Animal Crossing. But I want to show you D2R because it just came out and I recorded a little bit of gameplay footage of it just to show you how well it's running on the Nintendo Switch. So this is the start of it. And of course Blizzard servers, at the start, this is exactly like 11 o'clock. So I have to make an offline character just to kind of get on here and kind of show you some of the gameplay. But let's go ahead. I'm just going to make a little sorceress real quick and we will go ahead and do some of this gameplay. Now, the really fun thing about having D2R on here is, D2 has been out for 20 years. It's tried and tested, and then people have been playing it for 20 years. I've been playing it off and on here and there, but it is super, super cool to know that I can play Diablo 2 on the go anytime, anywhere. I would have thought that, 15, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I would not be imagining being able to play Diablo 2, being able to play Diablo 3 on the Switch Lite portable. Basically, you can, if you got a big pocket, you can fit it in your pocket. So I'm just going to let you guys watch some of this gameplay footage, and I'm just going to talk about some of the things about the Nintendo Switch here. So the Lite version, it does feel better. It's smaller. When you're holding it in your hand, you're able to actually go up and tap the screen if you want. If you got like one of those tap style games, it has the built-in D-pad, on the bottom left there. So that is it's really useful compared to the Nintendo Switch, which has it above or has that little thing on there. So it's a lot better to hold it. Really, comparing it to the Switch Lite, I really feel like the Switch Lite's its own product. Makes it super, super portable. And it has a lot of different colors. It's got there's the new bluish purple one out. Kind of reminds me of the old DS and the old Nintendo Game Boy type of thing. So that's pretty cool. Also, I like when I play this stationary, like if I'm sitting down somewhere, I like to put it up on a stand and use the game controller. I just try to save the buttons and the joysticks. Once those go out, it's pretty much it. So, if I plan on gaming for any length of time, I tend to use the controller anyways. It feels better in my hand, but this does feel really good. This does have the smaller screen. It's like 5.5 by 720p. It's not bad. It's not bad if you're holding it and looking at it and playing it, but you really can't look at it and see it from a distance at all. So, and as of now, you have Bluetooth audio, so you can pair this up with your headphones. So that's a real nice thing. It's been aggravating having to bring wired headphones when you go somewhere, to listen to the audio. So, that's a really big deal. Now, some people say they have some drifting with the Joy-Cons on there, the little joysticks. I don't have any drifting problems at all. You know, I guess it just depends on, if you got lucky. Neither one of our units have any issues at all as far as that. The batteries on this is really good. It's got a 37 or 3570, I believe it is, milliamp battery, which is really good. One thing that's aggravating about the Switch Lite, it doesn't really have much storage at all, so you almost have to have a micro SD card if you plan on installing some of these games. Like, this D2 is pretty big, and D3 is really big, and the Zelda and Animal Crossing, depending on whether you download it or you actually have the little game cartridge for it. Another thing that's interesting to talk about is the charger. They say to use the charger with it. I use it. This takes a USB-C charger, and I basically use any type of charger I want with it. So now I'm going to talk about this Diablo game here. I just made it to the cave, and this runs really, really good. There's like no lag. I'm kind of going through some of the menus and some of the skills here, and I think that they have done a great job being able to play this on here. I mean, look at the colors on there. It's awesome looking. The gameplay is nice and smooth. You can tell what you're targeting. The creature lights up when you're targeting them, so then you can just hit the button. You just kind of rotate a little around and you get to pick it up. This game has been out for, like I said, 20 years, but Vicarious Visions, I believe it is the one that's redone this for Blizzard. And thank God, because they've got a terrible track record. When they tried to remaster Warcraft 3, it was really bad. A lot of people ended up returning it. They said they were going to do things and they didn't. What they've done with this game is they actually have the original Diablo 2 running in the background, and they've kind of reskinned over it. It's pretty amazing to think about something being redone like that. I remember a couple interviews with the original game creator said, oh yeah, you can't remake it, can't remaster it with the assets and the way the game runs. It wouldn't feel the same. Well, they have done it, and they have done a great job. Now, being able to play this on the go, even offline, it's going to be something. Now, there is multiplayer on here. Like I said, this is just launch time. I just wanted to get some gameplay on here and get a review out, let everyone see what it's like. So, if you have a Nintendo Switch or a Switch Lite, you may want to pick this up for yourself. This is a really, really fun game. It's been out for a long time. I think they have a lot of different things planned for this game, so I don't see this game ending or going away anytime soon. I've also picked up some other games to show on here. We're going to show a little bit of Animal Crossing, some of the Pokémon. We're going to take a look at some Diablo 3 real quick. A few games we're going to take a look at on here. So, just being able to go through and play this type of game after 20 years, and it looks so good, and to have it be portable like this as a console game and be able to play a multiplayer, be able to play the ladders, is truly, truly amazing. As you can see, now I've recorded this. I got my camera pointed right at it, so the graphics aren't probably as good as it is what I'm seeing it, but I still think, even as I'm looking at it now, I think it looks really good. I think a lot of people are going to be super happy with this. Now I'm just trying to clear this cave, and once you get down to the last few creatures, you got to kind of try to figure out where they're all at, and that's kind of one of the things in the beginning of the game. The beginning cave, you have to kill everything in it, and that's the goal. So I'm just going to kind of fight through here. I'm about running out of mana, so. Now, I do like the buttons on here, so you can go through and reassign whatever skill you want to whatever button that you plan on using. Now, I did kind of change around the fireball from the beginning, and as I play this, I'll probably reorder everything as I see fit, but like I said, I just wanted to get some footage on here and show everyone what it looks like. how it plays, and it is just simply awesome. I was going to show the cinematic of it, but I don't think that would do you justice to watch it on here. And then if you buy the game, you know, I wouldn't want to kind of ruin it for you. So I left out some of the starting stuff, and there's a lot of videos out there if you want to actually see it in a recorded format instead of, you know, like a playback like this. So I got all these little fallen guys after me. Keep killing them and they keep getting res, so I'm gonna have to go over there and kill the guy that's resing them. So the history on this game is really amazing. You know, this game's been out for 20 years now, and the following it has is really large. So there's a really big modding community. I'm not sure how modding's going to work, and I'm not sure that you can even use it on Nintendo, but on the PC version and the console versions, you know, I do see it coming. You know, a lot of people take a lot of pride in a lot of the time that they make these games and make their mods, and I know there's several really good mods out. I've played a few of them. You know, I don't really have time to play a lot of games anymore, so I just, you know, I try them out. I see what they've done with it, and it's really impressive that the time and the effort that people put in to try to make the game better and take it to the next level and have a different vision of how they see the game. And it is pretty neat. So I'm at the situation now where I need to go find some more guys. So I'm just going to kind of run through here, make sure I didn't miss anyone up here, and run back down and around there. See, there's a guy. They just kind of wander off when you're fighting. So you kind of have to hunt them down. Now, another thing about the Switch Lite is this is such a good value at, you know, about $200. At about $200, you really do get a full-fledged console in your hands. So the Nintendo Switch, you know, it is great. You can't hook it up to your TV and everything, but you know, it's like an inch taller. It's really a lot bigger. It's heavy. If you're holding it for a long time, it's not great. So you end up propping it up and then using the little Joy-Cons. I don't really care for the Joy-Cons. I prefer just to use a dedicated Xbox controller or the Nintendo controllers like I showed you at the start there. I find the experience much more enjoyable. Now, if I'm going to play something like on the big screen, I'll just jump on my computer, you know, and I won't bother ever really hooking anything up to the screen. I don't do the PS4 and 5 anymore. I do have some of the consoles for when people come over, we might play a game, or the kids or something, but I don't do the console gaming too much. Now, having this being so portable at such a good price range is pretty amazing, I think. You know, for $200 you can play all these console games now. Now, Nintendo's games really play really well, and D2 and D3 and some of the other games I play on here play real well. Some people say some of them don't. I'm not really sure. You'll really have to check the reviews before you purchase a game. And that's why I want to show you guys how good this runs. It just runs so good. Well, here's Animal Crossing. I just want to do a little thing about this and kind of show you what the Animal Crossing looks like. I know a lot of people play it, so... And it's kind of a fun game. I don't really play this game at all myself, but I do want to kind of show it off a little bit. You know, you can hear the little feet running through the ground, and you can hear it tapping on the wood. You know, my wife, this is the game that she plays a lot, so, you know, I just kind of wanted to show what the graphics look like, and they are nice and clean, and it's bright and vibrant. I think it's nighttime right now in this scene here, but... Yeah, it's definitely nighttime, but I just kind of wanted to show what it looks like to play this game. what it looks like with some of the graphics and the art. And this is why this game's so popular. It just looks so good to play. And all the creativity that you get to pour into the game and make it your own and play with your friends, it is really good. Now, of course, this is the new, or not new, it's been out for a while, but the Sword and Board Pokemon. A lot of people like to play this game, so I figure I'd go ahead and kind of give you guys a little rundown about it. Now, this game is super popular, it's super fun. I personally don't really play it. You know, my wife, she plays this game a lot, so this is her character. And basically, you just go out and you battle your Pokemon against other Pokemon, and it looks like it's a lot of fun. You level and train your Pokemon, and you go fight other trainers, and you know, this game you could play. I have no idea how long you could play this game, but a very, very long time. So I'm gonna battle this guy here. I'm gonna use it like a level 1. And I'm just gonna kind of show y'all what it looks like when you fight here. Now this is on the Switch Lite, so you know it does look really good. You know, it's not like we're playing it on the TV or anything. So, and I'm sure on the TV it might be a little more fun, but you know, I think having this being so portable, I think it's pretty awesome. I'm just gonna let this Pokemon die. Pull out another one. Now I think the Switch Lite has a much better gaming profile in your hand than the Switch. The Switch feels pretty big and bulky, like when you're sitting there, like if you're like on a bus or something. I'm gonna grab this guy here. You know, if you're in a bus or in a room or something, you know, it's just super noticeable. The Switch Lite, it's much more smaller, almost like a cell phone. So it's not as bad. And then I'm gonna do some flamethrower in this guy. I just kind of wanted to show y'all some of the graphics on here and what it looks like, and it's just super fun to play. You know, they got games for anyone. If you like shooters, you like role-playing, you like building games like this where you can build up your guy and your character and spend time on it, it's super, super good. And now we got some D3. I just kind of want to show y'all what some of the Diablo 3 gameplay looks like on here. You know, this is a witch doctor, and you know, it's not terribly high level or anything like that, so I know all the pros out there will be like, what's this guy doing with this build? But you know, it's just a fun little thing to play, you know. But you can see there's a lot going on. It's fast, it looks good, there's no lag, plays extremely well. And you get to play this, you can play this in the car on a road trip. You can play this on a bus. You can play this anywhere without internet. So, you know, that is just crazy. Play it offline and then sync it up later. So if you're really trying to build up a character to run with your friends or catch up or do whatever, you know, you have that opportunity to spend that extra time to do that. I mean, just look at it, it's just so smooth. They've done such a good job in converting this over into this portable format. Frames look good. It's very fast, very responsive. Now I'm using the game controller with this, so yeah, I don't know how many different types of games that they have out here, you know, for the Nintendo Switch that are like ports over from the PC. There's quite a few. I was just looking through the store, and you know, as they see the value and people start realizing that you can play a full-fledged PC game on your Nintendo Switch or Switch Lite, more and more people are going to buy this. There's a lot of people that sometimes just, they don't want to be tied to their PC or tied in the house. You might need to be going on a trip or going to a friend's house, or, you might even be away on work, You don't want to lug your computer around or anything like that. So, a true gamer, they probably really, really would enjoy having this. I'll try to herd these up a little bit. And as you can see, there's just no stutter, no lag, and I have a small army of guys going on right here, and it's really good. It's a lot of fun. And I'd imagine if even with all these guys on here and there's no lag, I'd imagine even at the higher rift levels, I'd imagine it'd be just as smooth. Now, I haven't done like the real high rifts or anything on here on the Switch version. I just like to be able to pick it up and play it and check things out and see what updates they've got and what's new in the game. And now I do like the design of the Nintendo Switch Lite. Whenever I see it in the store, I just kind of want to pick it up and play it. They always feature some sort of game or something with it. I'm like, oh, I never tried that one out. It just kind of always makes me want to try it out. And now that you can sync your Bluetooth headphones up to it, I was able to sync my Samsung earbuds up to it. Sounds super good. I'm sure you could sync your Apple or your Jaybird or whichever any Bluetooth headphones should work. Now I was also able to sync this up with my Bluetooth speaker now, so now I can just amplify the sound. I didn't do that for this recording, but you could if you wanted to. But I figure for this, I just wanted to show, and the sound coming off, it's pretty good. But if you want your privacy, if you're on a bus or you're in a room full of people and you're just kicking back, or if you're in your living room, someone's watching TV and you don't really want to watch it, you just want a game. So now you ain't got to bother the people around you. So that's a really nice feature. Now, before you could do that with the headphones, but then when you'd leave, you'd have to carry your cell phone. Then you got to carry your earbuds for your cell phone. Then you have to carry your wired ones from the Nintendo, and then your chargers. And it's like, by the time it's all said and done, it's crazy. So now that you can just use your headphones for your cell phone, is very nice. And I don't understand why they didn't do that right off the bat. It's been out for several years, and they just now here recently just did that update. So, it kind of makes you wonder what else can it do, and they're not letting out of the bag yet. So that's pretty interesting. Also, when you hold this thing over time, it feels a lot better. Now, here's another game. This is Torchlight 2. And I'm just going to show a little bit of footage of this because this is another pretty fun game, and it just looks really, really good. I don't know how many people really played this. Back when it was out, it was pretty popular, and just the thought of being able to have this game on a portable console is amazing also. I mean, they have done such a good job porting it over, getting the controls right. So I'm just going to kind of run around here and just kind of show you how buttery smooth this feels. This really does feel good. Now I do wish I had some sort of hard travel case for this. Sometimes I'd like to put it right in a hard case. I don't have one yet. I may pick one up. The reason I want a hard case for this, I'd like to protect the Joy-Cons a little bit. That barrel there. careful, those things will kill you. Now, this game here, you could end up playing this for, 100, 200 hours, and probably 300 or 400 hours, just if you want to play all the different classes and do all the different things. So you get a lot of value out of this. And Diablo 3, you could play that for hundreds, thousands of hours. There's people that play it for thousands of hours. Same thing with Diablo 2 Resurrected. You can play that thing for thousands of hours, years and years and years. So, and even the people that have been playing it ever since it came out 20 years ago, people still enjoy playing it. The reason is Diablo 2 has, such a custom loot table. It's so hard to find some of the best items in the game. And when you do find something good, I mean, it's worth re-rolling another guy if it's for, for the right guy. Or you could sell it. There's trading forums. People trade for stuff. So, that's a whole nother subject. The collection of the ruins and all the different gear. You can get like a 6-stat ring, with the perfect stats on there. Some of those things are some of the most rarest things in the game. And, just being able to have a chance of finding it, is really something. Makes you feel really good, look like you have accomplished something. And then doing your own custom builds, finding something that you really like that's strong enough to carry you to the end game is pretty interesting. It's a lot of fun. And so I just wanted to show you some of this footage there. And this is a little foamy block we use. My wife, she uses mostly that just to kind of prop that up. And, it's nice to just sit there. You can set it on your lap. You can set it on the arm of the chair or table. This is a little Cave Blazers game. I just kind of want to show you. This is an independent developer. And you can see it just runs really good. I'm not going to go through and really play it, but this is just kind of like a little Metroid runner shooter type game. But, I think the Switch is excellent. I think it's a good value. I think the Switch Lite is very portable, and it's definitely worth your time. Now, if you really enjoyed this, let me know. I could do more content, about the Switch Lite and the games and whatnot. But I really appreciate y'all watching and supporting my channel. And if you got a moment, please like and subscribe. Thank you.